So good morning, everyone. We're first Environmental and Community Services Committee meeting for the year on the 10th of February 2026 at 10:30. I would just like to remind everyone that this meeting will be audio recorded. For those in attendance, should refrain from making any defamatory statements. There will be no other recordings of this meeting without prior authorisation of the committee. First up is applications for attending meeting via video link.
Yes, we have one from Councillor Stoles and he's waiting online.
So could I have a mover, please? Councillor McGill, second. No one seconding? Yep. Councillor Clout,
Just a question, Madam Chair. The councillor is supposed to be on the screen.
That's the intent, yes. Can we
make sure that happens, please?
Can you hear us, Troy? Can you turn
Yeah,
your...
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Is your camera working?
I think it should be. It could be, it says it's working.
Unless you're in the dark, in a dark room.
This is a public meeting, so it's not...
No, not dark.
Certainly for confidential meetings, it's a requirement that the camera be on. If there's a way you can get your camera working, Councillor, that would be great. Thank you.
Doesn't it say in the code of conduct that you have to...
It's a code of meeting practice requires the camera to be on during confidential meetings, but this is a public meeting, so...
I think, through you, Madam Chair, I think councillors on the new code have to be on the screen.
I didn't bring the new code with me. I can go and check if you want, councillors. It's certainly a requirement for confidential meetings.
If it helps, I think we can also say that is Troy's voice.
Yeah, I think the concern is during a confidential meeting there could be others in the room that we're not aware of. Given that it's not a confidential meeting, I think that risk is allayed.
Well, point well made. Thank you.
Yeah, not even the dog's here. He's left the room.
Are we happy to pass? So say aye on that?
Yeah.
Yep. I just think in future it would be helpful if we made sure that we were on video. So that will be passed. Councillor Stoltz, if it's possible, if you could just maybe look at your settings. We don't have video down on here. Is that compromising that? That's the max one, okay. Okay, so any apologies?
Nil received, Madam Chair.
Disclosures of interest?
Nil received.
Public participation?
There's no public participation.
Site inspections?
Nil.
Okay, so let's go to the first item, and that is DA 58/2025, demolition of existing buildings and construction of a new amenities block and multipurpose community building. Would you like to speak to that, please, Mr. Pringle?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Madam Chair. So you've just explained what the proposal is for. The application is being referred to this committee as the applicant has made an offer to enter into a VPA in lieu of a standard section 7.12 development contribution. So under our development contributions plan, a levy of 1% of the development cost is payable in respect of the proposed development. This equates to a contribution of $17,780. The applicant has put forward a submission that, given that the proposed development is for a community purpose and will not generate additional demand for council services or infrastructure, then council is requesting council to either waive the contribution or to enter into a voluntary planning agreement. The terms of the VPA would basically be that the applicant continue to operate the facility as they're currently doing. In our view, we think that it's probably a VPA is unwarranted, and if council is of the mind to not levy the contribution, it may as well just waive that contribution if it so wishes. So under our contributions plan, there are some exceptions for waiving or for payment of contributions. So situations where a development is provided by the public sector with an underlying philosophy of community services and run on a not-for-profit basis, such as a number of different uses, including a community centre, council may decide to waive that levy. So the application has been assessed as satisfactory against the relevant legislation and planning controls. No submissions have been received. Our recommendation is that council approve the development application subject to the conditions of consent and including the section 7.12 development contribution. There are a number of options provided on page 6 of the report. So there's 4 options the committee can consider. One is to approve the DA in accordance with the recommendation. The second is to approve the DA subject to conditions of consent excluding the condition 5, which is the levy. Option 3 is to defer the DA and place the draft voluntary planning agreement on public exhibition for 28 days. And the 4th one is to refuse the DA, stating the reasons for refusal. So, yeah, as I said, the recommendation is to approve the DA with that condition in place. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr Pringle, I'd just like to ask, is this it's not a normal practice, is it, to enter a VPA in such a situation, correct?
No, that's correct. It is unusual, particularly given the terms of this particular offer is to just continue what they're currently doing anyway. It's quite unusual.
Correct, okay. Any questions or comments or discussion? Mr
Yes,
Neal?
if I may, just draw attention to page 26 of their submission, site services plan. And they talk about town water and then potential future access to sewerage. I know that infrastructure has some issues in that department, and I would suggest that maybe need to be resolved before we proceed with some of this.
Yes, thanks, councillor. I know I made sure that the 2 directors were aware of what was going on in both instances from the planning perspective and the infrastructure perspective, so that will be managed.
So anything further? So can I have a mover? Councillor Clout, seconded.
Can I just get a clarification? Which one are we moving?
Well, what the recommendation?
Full stop. With the discount.
Correct.
Second.
Seconded. All in favour?
Aye.
Schultz? Up. All in favour? It's
Aye.
carried. I believe that is the one and only item on our agenda today. So we will close this meeting at 10:38. Thank you for your attendance.
Thank you, Chair.